This is a big day for DEPG development, along with Legend Properties and the city of Coatesville. Today we celebrate the commencement of Coatesville Gateway, moving forward with the demolition of 5 of the buildings that make up our project. DEPG has been working this project for 3 years, and we have accomplished many milestones along the way. Land assemblage, zoning, environmental issues, and site design. But generally, because of so many projects in the past that stalled and didn't move forward, and developers left town in the middle of the night, few believed that we would get to this point today. Well, let me say that when those walls come down, and that will be very shortly, the message will be heard loud and clear that Coatesville Gateway will be a reality.
Yes.
Right? No question. Back in the day, the city of Coatesville was the mecca for the entire western portion of Chester County. Many came from all the nearby towns for shopping, eating, and cultural life. Our goal with the Gateway Project is to bring quality stores and restaurants, not only for the residents of the city, but also for those that live in the surrounding towns. So, Coatesville Gateway will consist of over 44,000 square feet of commercial space in a 2-story building, including retail, offices, and restaurants. We will have 2 restaurants, one which will be this building that was built in 1857, and the other will be in the Coatesville Cultural Center, which you all know is just next door. Those are the only 2 buildings that will remain standing with the demolition. We project an opening in the 4th quarter of 2018. So that's just around the corner, and we'll be underway full speed ahead. Getting here today has very much been a team effort by many who believed in the project, the city, and DEPG. I would like to acknowledge many of those, and at the conclusion I'll address our team members who have been very, very committed as well. But to the commissioners of Chester County who have committed over $1 million in CRP funds, thank you. Your money is going to go to beautifying these streets here and are very much part of the project. To the city of council, your support has been undying. And when I first came here, there's been a lot of history locally here, but I can tell you that your council has been nothing but tremendously supportive for us and making this project a reality. Thank you. And Mike Trio and your staff, Mike, this is your baby. This is what you like, being a development guy. So thank you for your help in working with us and going through all the details that come into building a project like this. To the Redevelopment Authority, it all started with you. Zeke and Jack, I told you way back that we would get here today, and thanks for your confidence in us. And I think we had, maybe 17 amendments to our agreement, but we're here today, so it's all good. To the Chester County Economic Development Authority, Gary and Chris and others, you are a terrific organization. You make things happen, and I appreciate your help as well. And those are other offices, Pat Bakovitz and Mark Rufus, who's here, and Dave Sacchetti. You all work so hard to make this project a reality. DEP, everyone takes shots at DEP sometimes for being a slow elephant, but what you did in turning around our permit was just unbelievable. Thank you. to Coatesville Savings Bank, the only bank here in Coatesville. We started with you way back. You will always be part of this project, and thank you for your support and money in helping to make this project to this point, okay? And talking about money, to DCED, which is a state organization that provides business loans and grants. Your help and assistance in getting us here is unmeasurably, been terrific. Brian Eckert, who is not here, was a leading believer in this project. And Brian, I do appreciate your efforts, and you'll hear from their office a little while later. Senator Dinniman has been very supportive, and I thank him for that as well. Sonia Huntsinger, I believe, is here. She's a Second Century. Was a local organization, and along with Regina Lewis, and your effort, and we're happy that you, Sonia, came from York to Coatesville to help the city rebuild. But the real man who made all this possible is one of your own, okay? Former track coach, principal of your Coatesville High School, and now a state rep for this district. Yeah. Harry Lewis, this day is about you, okay? And thank you for your undying commitment to the city of Coatesville, to all the residents of your district, and to your belief in the importance of Coatesville Gateway. And with that, let me introduce to you, you don't need an introduction, but Harry Lewis. Harry?
Thank you, Jim. And, you know, I'm very emotional now, too, because when you have this kind of opportunity and you're from the same town that you're represented in and you have this kind of success, it's immeasurable. You know, I've been here my entire life, and it's not just about me or about my pride. It's about the people that I've communed with in this community, I've grown up with. I've helped some of them grow up. And to get to this point, ladies and gentlemen, it's just an awesome feeling. Myself personally, as a lot of you are, as the city council members, as the RDA, and all of those people are Coatesville residents. We all have the same compassion and the same feeling that resonates our community. I'll say the word negative one time. But look at this. This out-trumps, pardon the pun, all of the things that we've done in the past. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am so proud to be here. You know, over the years, as a lifelong member of this community, I've had many proud moments. I ran for office on the foundation that I've always been a proud advocate for our community, this community. I'm so thankful to be a partner, and I thank the community for giving me this opportunity. From my childhood, through my career as an educator, as a coach, and now as a public official, I've always recognized and valued our capacity to come together and make things happen, even against the greatest odds. Today, we have so many individuals, organizations, and officials at every level working together on behalf of Coatesville. I acknowledge Jim DePetris and his team for his courage and perseverance, and everyone that has played a role. And by the way, let me segue this in. Congratulations to the new grandfather, Jim DePetris, and the DePetris family. I just wanted to throw that in there. Because of the work of many, once again, drawing positive attention, it deserves, and we've been able to access resources, influence decisions, and move forward. So let's remember this moment. Now that we are all well on our way, the real work lies ahead. And we're going to need to remind each other to keep working together and to hold our vision for the future of this town. Let's build on success. And for God's sake, tell everyone you know, Coatesville is a proud and we are a strong community. And I mean that sincerely. We are a strong community. and I'll finish up. As a state representative, today is especially gratifying. But more importantly, it is for me very personal. I know that I've been blessed to play a role and to once again bear witness and see Coatesville pride at work. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for your attendance, and I thank you for being here and shared in the pride that I have and that you all have for this town. Thank you.
I would like to introduce to you Don Vimesel, who is the Chief of Staff for Senator Dinniman. Don, thank you. Thanks for being here.
Good afternoon. This is truly an exciting day, and I want to personally say congratulations to everyone that put hard work, effort, energy, money, time into this project. It's going to have an extreme and a significant impact on the city of Coatesville. Jim DePetris, Jack Corcoran, and DEP they have done an amazing job coordinating and working with the community. On behalf of State Senator Andrew Dinniman, who unfortunately is in Harrisburg today, still working on the state budget, the Senate is in session, wants to extend true and full congratulations to everyone involved. I do remember many months ago when Jack and Jim came into the office to present this plan. They had the poster boards of what this could be and said there are going to be a number of hurdles, but we can get there. And standing here today and seeing what's about to become in the very center of Coatesville is truly exciting. And I just want to congratulate everyone involved, especially Jim. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Good. I would now like to bring up the PA DCED Deputy Secretary, Rick Viello. Rick.
Hello, Coatesville. This is a really special day for me. I don't get to do this every day. This doesn't happen every day anywhere around the state. But to give you some perspective, while I like this kind of thing so much, I was a mayor in Lock Haven, Pennsylvania for 16 years. Right before I became mayor, we lost our largest employer, International Paper, even before I was sworn in. Our unemployment rate went up to 20%. We lost 22 of our downtown stores within the first year of their closing. When I ran for mayor, I had an agenda. I thought we could get a bunch of stuff done in the first 6 months. 16 years later, there were still things on that 6-month list. But we made full occupancy in our downtown in November of 14. So from 99, when we lost International Paper, lost all those stores downtown, 14 years it took us to be back to full occupancy. It's a challenge. I'm amazed at the turnout today. Give yourselves a round of applause. It's a hot summer day. This means a lot. This means a lot for the younger people in the audience. You know, think about what you're seeing. You're going to be able to tell your grandkids, hey, I remember when. I remember when Coatesville changed its destiny. This is that kind of day. This is a kind of day where, you know, you can change the whole perspective on a community. Coatesville proud. I heard those words coming in. This is a Coatesville proud kind of day. And think about our neighborhoods. You know, some of our neighborhoods need work. Some of our neighborhoods in Lock Haven need work. But think about when one person paints their house. You know, pretty soon, then the wife is poking their husband and saying, hey, they painted their house, why can't we paint our house? Hey, they planted flowers, why can't we plant flowers? You know, this is that kind of day in Coatesville. It's going to change the perception of everybody that drives through this intersection. The governor talks about government that works, jobs that pay, and schools that teach. DCD works with two of those things, jobs that pay and government that works. Government is the things that we do together. And if you look at the sheet that's in the packet of DPG, all the people that were involved in putting this project together, that truly is a community project. You need to be really, really proud. You need to be Coatesville proud. I'm honored to be here today, and thank you.
Well, Rick, that was terrific. If I was motivated before, I'm so motivated now I could run into that building and start knocking it down. That was terrific. And that is what this is all about. This is the beginning. I want to bring up three people who you all know very well. They are your commissioners, and they have been extremely, extremely supportive of your city and also the project. And first, I'd like to bring up Honorable Terrence Farrell. Terrence? Thank you.
Thank you, Jim, but I'm actually going to defer to our chairman, Chuck Kittleman, to start it off, and we go in.
Okay. Okay.
Good afternoon, everybody. You know, there's not a whole lot of times when you get to see a bunch of people like this happily sweating together, and this is it. You know, I think, as has been noted by a few of our speakers, this really is a team effort. This is such an honor for all of us to be here today on behalf of all of the citizens of Chester County, because as we've often said, Chester County is only as good as the heart of Chester County, and Coatesville is the heart of Chester County. And I'd like to thank Jim and everybody at Legend Properties for a chance to be part of this occasion, and for the commitment that they've shown to this project and to this city. And just 2 years ago, I can't believe it's only been 2 years, on another hot summer day, Terrence, Kathy, and I stood across the street under a tent at Gateway Park to highlight county investments to the city of Coatesville. Investments in the senior center, investments in the Link bus service, investments in the Gateway redevelopment project. But we didn't just start here 2 years ago. Back in 2002, Chester County has provided the city of Coatesville with just under $6.4 million of improvements that were needed for infrastructure funding. That includes the $1.7 million in the Community Revitalization Program funds for infrastructures that was needed just for the Gateway project. The funding provided hasn't always been obvious, but it has helped build a foundation for where we are today. A key part of our funding, and a smart one, I think, is that we partnered with Coatesville's Second Century Alliance on the appointment of Sonia Hunsinger as Economic Development Administrator for the city. We know that Sonny is doing some great things which have led to more developers and investors seriously looking at Coatesville. But we believe that Sonny's greatest accomplishments to date is the relationship she has built with all of the city officials, with business people, and especially with the residents. She also spearheaded the Wells Fargo Planning Grant, which we all anticipate will lead to more support to continue Coatesville's revitalization. And each year, we as county commissioners take part in Chester County Chamber's State of the County event. And this year, we asked about the happenings in Coatesville and how the county business community can help. Our answer? We challenged everyone in the business community to take another look at Coatesville during this year and into next year. With this Gateway Development Project, the train station project, the 3rd Avenue Streetscapes project, and so much more, there's going to be a significant amount of office space and opportunities to be located here. But above all, we have to spread the word. And this isn't just aimed at the business community. If Coatesville comes up in any conversation, simply say, I hear they're turning it around. I hear great things are happening. And check it out for yourself. So thank you so much for all of your continued support, and now I'll turn it over to Commissioner Kazan.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. So my notes say I'm supposed to say I'm pleased to be here today. I am ecstatic and over the moon to be here today. I was going to do the happy dance, but I think I'll wait till the ribbon cutting, and then we can all do the happy dance together. Does it sound like a deal? I'm so excited to see so many people here today. All of you, the residents, the members of council, the business community, the nonprofits, are truly vested in the city and its plans for the future. As Commissioner Kickline mentioned, the county has over the years supported many infrastructure projects, community revitalization program improvements that are necessary to improve the overall health of the community and provide for growth, and all of that has helped us get here today. We were very pleased to have awarded the $1.7 million for the First Avenue Lincoln Highway improvements, which is critical to this project in total. With these improvements, traffic flow will be much better and the whole area will be more pedestrian friendly. Community revitalization grants have benefited Coatesville and all of our urban centers in Chester County, and they spur significant increases in taxable assessments. In fact, the $6.4 million in CRP funds that have been awarded to the city of Coatesville since the program began have resulted in a 15% taxable assessment here in the city of Coatesville. You know, as commissioners, we cut a lot of ribbons. I've often said we'd be invited to the opening of a phone book. Nobody laughed. I thought it was funny. Okay. But anyway, we cut a lot of ribbons around Chester County, from river walks where we weren't cut a ribbon not all that long ago, and trails to hotels and office buildings, from locations like Cambria Terrace up on the hill to the Public Safety Training Campus in South Coatesville. And thanks to the CRP program, we've even cut ribbons at water treatment plants and along sidewalks that have been replaced. So we thank you, Jim, and your team at Legend for your bold step with this $22 million investment. Your commitment is starting to generate great interest from other investors. But we are very aware that economic development must be in partnership with community development, with community organizations, existing businesses, and most importantly, the residents of this city. Thank you. To make sure that the residents of Coatesville can and will benefit from the economic development that is happening now and is on the horizon. So again, thank you to everyone involved. Thank you for including us here today. And with that, I'll turn it over to my colleague, Commissioner Farrell.
Good afternoon. I guess today we can truly say Coatesville is hot again. I'm honored to be part of today's event, and it not only gives us an opportunity to focus on the sites that will be happening right here and across the street, but also give us the opportunity to touch on other positive movements and development within Coatesville. We're pleased with the ongoing movement of the Coatesville train station project. At the very beginning, the county, through community revitalization program funding, supported the acquisition and clearance of the site for the station. And later this month, the ground will be broken on the first phase of work for the 3rd Avenue Streetscape project, which will help to transform the train station and surrounding area. But beyond bricks and mortar, Chester County also invests in people, including young people. Our funding of the Career Corps provides workforce employment programs for young adults ages 18 to 24, with an emphasis on young people from the city of Coatesville. And this summer, the county has provided nearly $25,000 for federal TANF funds to the Coatesville Youth Initiative, which means 40 young people from the ages of 14 to 18 can take part in summer youth employment programs. I also want to thank you, Jim, for your commitment to the revitalization of the city of Coatesville. I believe it is a major step that has been some time in the making. I know that we have many partners, public and private, within Coatesville and all of Chester County, who are now working together for the good of the city. But ultimately, it's the community buy-in that counts. Some have asked the question, is it better for outsiders to come in to invest or for the people of the city themselves to revitalize? I say it's a matter of bringing both together. And I truly believe we're on our way. But we have to back up our actions with our words. I said that correctly. We have to back up our actions with our words. Today's event shows that we're starting to walk the walk. I challenge everyone here and everyone who has a heart for the city of Coatesville to talk the talk. Letting people know what is happening truly is good for all of us. So when you hear, "What about Coatesville?" you say, "I hear they're turning it around. I hear great things are happening." Thank you.
So, I think what everyone needs to realize is that, with some of these funds that are being talked about here, like with the commissioners, with the CRP funds, there's a lot of competition for those dollars. And their recognition for Coatesville should absolutely be recognized. Okay, very, very good, very important. And almost like clockwork, over the last 3 years, I've been in front of the commissioners, and they've been so responsive and so helpful. And but you're probably going to see me again sometime. Okay. I'd like to introduce to you Sonia Hunsinger, who is the director of Second Century Alliance. Sonia.
Good afternoon. I think it's fair to say that Coatesville's seen its share of fits and starts in terms of revitalization in the past. Well, today marks the end of the uncertainty in our city's future. Today's a clear indicator that the planets have finally aligned for Coatesville and that together we're forging a bright economic future. This has been a shared enterprise. This is a theme you've heard through all of the speakers. A shared enterprise. So many people working together to bring us to today. Make no mistake, it has not been easy. Assembling these properties, purchase agreements, environmental studies, funding applications, the DEPG team and everyone involved should be congratulated for their resilience and determination over the past few years. The Gateway project is what we call catalytic, by its very nature, causing the acceleration of more activity around it. It's the first domino to fall in what we expect to be transformational change throughout downtown Coatesville. In fact, this project is already inspiring confidence in investment in the city. We're fielding calls from new developers and small business operators, people with a renewed interest in investing in Coatesville. Just last month, where's Donna with the chamber, we cut 3 ribbons on new businesses in Coatesville. Catalytic and inspiring confidence. Gateway's the first piece of the puzzle, and in the next few months, we've talked about it before, we'll see the first phase of the train station development, 3rd Avenue streetscape improvements, the realignment of this intersection, neighborhood revitalization with our neighbors through the Wells Fargo Foundation project. The efforts of so many are beginning to take hold, and it's through cooperation and collaboration that we will begin to see more and more success. On behalf of the Second Century Alliance, congratulations. We congratulate everyone involved, and we're grateful to be a partner in Gateway's success. Thank you.
Thank you, Sonia. A lot of great things you did in York, but you're just getting started here, so no question about it. I'd like now to bring up President Hunt from the Coatesville City Council.
I would like to ask all of City Council members that are here to come as we join together. I saw Mr. Simpson. I'm not sure. He's back there waving. Come on up here. I don't know if Miss Jones, is Miss Jones here? Miss Green is not here.
No, she's working.
Okay, did I miss anybody? Mr. Hamrick, is he here?
Should count.
All right.
You're right. Council.
I know. Okay. Wow, this is awesome. This is awesome. As a council, I call my colleagues to stand with me because we are a 7-person team to work together, to do what we have to do for the betterment and for the improvement of the city. We're grateful today to Mr. DePetris and his team, to our state representative, Mr. Harry Lewis, to our county commissioners, our RDA, to our staff, our Mike Trio, our city manager, Senator Denneman, to all of those that have played such a vital role in making sure this effort came to where it is today. We are so grateful. And I'm often reminded of the words that Miss Lavender Norris shared with us so many times. She says, we are who we're waiting for. And we are. And we're grateful. We know that this is going to be the beginning of a new life here in Coatesville. And if any of you there, those of you that were born and raised in Coatesville, such as myself, I'm sure you can remember how lively the downtown was at once. I remember back here on the corner, it was once an A&P food market. Then it was Paul's Toy Town. The Culture Society was Samuel's Gifts, something like a Things Remembered down in the mall. Those are some of the things we had here in the city. And we are just so grateful to you, Mr. DePetris, for seeing the value of our city and coming here. I'm not going to repeat anything else because everyone has said it. We're just grateful. But I will give way to my colleagues if they have anything they would like to add. Ms. Lavender Norris, our Vice President, Ms. Lawson, Mr. Simpson. It's hot out here. Thank you so much. And remember, 4 o'clock down at the ribbon cutting ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay. To the City Council, we truly are partners in this project, and we're going to get it done together. So let me bring up another local, Zeke from the RDA. Please come up. It actually all started with Zeke and I and a couple other members meeting a little over 3 years ago, working out an agreement. So Zeke, come on up.
The RDA has worked on a number of projects, and we've longed to have a project occur in the downtown. Jim and his team have stuck with it. We've been 3 years, as he said. He has hired some fantastic consultants to get through some of the issues that we're struggling with. We're finally to the point where we're going to see some physical manifestation of that work, which we all know that those in the surrounding communities tend to be naysayers about the city. When these buildings come down, that I think will change a lot of sentiment about what's going on here and our move forward. I would like to thank the support that we got for this project from Representative Lewis and the state, the county, city council, and everyone else that's been involved with this. Jim and his team have been wonderful and stuck with it, and we hope that this is the first of many more to come.
All right, so that's terrific. And by the way, we have said, and you've seen this in Westchester, in Phoenixville, in Northern Liberty, down in Philly, that as this project moves forward, we know others will follow. So, and that's going to happen. That's all good, okay? I'd like to recognize the members of my team that are here. First off, my brothers, Mike, Steve, and Dave. We've been together 27 years with Legend and DEPG, and it's all good. Thanks for your belief. Let's see, Jack, don't go anywhere, Jack. To Jack Corcoran who's the project manager of this project that works it very hard. So Jack also happens to be my son-in-law, so he has a double tough position there. But and most greatly, he just had a baby boy with my daughter. So Jack, I wouldn't be here without you. We have a great team of professionals involved. Jack Corcoran, engineer, Panomi engineers, and your staff, Cedarville, April and Tom. Our environmental engineer, AEI, which did a terrific job in solving our dry cleaning problem that we had there. Jim Connor is here today from CMI, who did terrific in working through the remediation of that. Our architects, Art Bernardin, Neil Liebman, Tim Cassidy, and Steve Krug, who was going to be working on the restaurants with us. Our land planner was Urban Research. We're doing our own parking here today, and Chance Management was very involved in that. Colleen, where are you? Colleen, right there. Colleen Terry is our economic public fund banker, and she is really responsible for the dollars that have come into this project. And Colleen, thank you. We would not be here without you. Okay. To a guy who's working on the new market tax credits, which is going to be very much a part of this project, Greg Peel. Greg is here today. Thank you, Greg. And Andrew Ritter, who is the Capital Associates, who works in government relations. Attorneys, and we have a bunch involved, but you guys all do a great job. From Unruh Turner's office, Andy Rao, who's here, Theodore Claypool. Roger Huggins is here from Gothrop Greenwood, who worked on financing, and Joel Bolstein from Fox Rothschild, who did a remarkable job with the DEP environmental work. Is here. Thank you, Joel. And guys, our general contractor is TN Ward. They're here today. And I can assure Harry and the Senator's office, we made it a particular point that we are expecting for local laborers, local work to be done here for the city of Coatesville, okay? And they know that, and that's very much part of our agreement with them. And then to the Legend organization, there's a number of people there. To Joe Whitelock, will the Legend crew please come up that are here? Maria Arstone, who's our president, Gene Białoskorsky, our vice president of operations, Doug Olmstead, development manager, and Catherine Cardinal, for our marketing director, who was responsible for putting a lot of this together today. So thank you all for your great support in helping me put this project together. Okay, and it's been very, very much a team effort. Okay, and lastly, but certainly not leastly, I'd like to acknowledge my wife Mary, right there. And I'll tell you, so this is no lie. About 3 years ago, we were coming from Lancaster, and I drove through the intersection, and I said, Mary, these buildings right here, I'm going to buy and develop a commercial project. She looked at me and said, well, you're doing what? Okay? And she remembers that day. But thank you, Mary, for your confidence in me. And we're here today to celebrate, right? It's a good day, and it's a good beginning for the city of Coatesville and for all involved. There's a picture right on the wall there of a good idea of what this is going to look like. And it's going to be a striking building, one that everyone will be really very, very proud of.